What's going on, everybody? Just me tonight, Desert Crypto. We got the CPI numbers came out today, and the market is flat. We got Trump saying he would make Bitcoin a reserve asset, and we have a former OpenAI employee calling it the Titanic. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Jaleesa? What's going on, Ryan? How you guys doing tonight? We will do some TA, that's for sure, Jaleesa. Not too much. I mean, there's not much going on in the market. CPI, yes, I am Lone Star tonight. And John has fled the island and is now on his way to Maryland. He should be touching down here in about a half an hour in Maryland. I doubt he'll have time to get on the stream, but you never know. Markets are flat. Not much going on today. We do have some news. CPI data come in at 3 points instead of 3.1. Yeah, he's a fugitive. And that was month over month, year over year comes in at 3.3 instead of 3.4. So that's good. We got that little pump as soon as the data came out this morning. And then it's just like, it's like the market's being suppressed right now. It's like they're just, pushing it down and pushing it down, keeping us at this steady keel until they're ready to send it, whether it be the Bitcoin conference, waiting to see what Powell will say at the end of the month at the FOMC. I'm not sure. They're not expecting a rate cut this month. They are, I guess the odds have went up. I was looking for the odds. I couldn't find them. I guess the odds are up to like 70% of a rate cut in September. So, I mean, that's good. But other than that, it has been, just a normal day. I would like to, since it's just me tonight, I'm going to be doing a lot of rambling. So make sure you guys follow at Jpg Empire, at @the John Carter, at Desert_Crypto, at the Seji3, and at Chinvot Bridge. Do us a favor, follow all of those. Go ahead and hit them like buttons, subscribe, share this with a friend. If everybody shares, we will have more viewers. John will be back on tomorrow night. I don't think there will be anything that keeps him from being here tomorrow night. And if he's not, then me and Machinist will get crazy tomorrow night. We got Ken coming on tomorrow night to join the show. You love him. You know him. It's always a good time when he's on here. Maybe we'll crack some beer. Well, he won't. But maybe I'll crack a beer. Maybe I'll have another La Chouf. Other than that, Boss is still minting. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's minting bosses. We're still pushing. We're not giving up. We will continue to shill the crap out of the boss mint. We know the utility that is going to have. You guys might force us to drop the platform a little early. With the way Cardano is moving, it's possible. I'm looking at the screen right now. We're at 40 cents right now, up 3.1 on the 24-hour. We will look at that chart. We'll hit CoinGecko. We'll go through Market Watch. We'll hit the charts, look at a few things, and then I got some stories. I came across Cash posting about Way Up with Anvil. They're giving away a bunch of CTO tokens, and all you have to do is own certain NFTs, and we're going to go through that. I believe the screenshot or the snapshot has already been taken. We're going to go through all that. We'll talk about the SEC dropping their case against BUSD by Paxos. Germany, of course, like Hop said, an entire country is selling Bitcoin right now. And they could be the meme of the century. You know, I think they had like 2.6 billion. It was 50,000 Bitcoin. And now they're down to like under 5,000. So that's crazy. Why? It doesn't make sense. But whatever, you know what I mean? Politicians in the government, we all know, are not the brightest people. So, yes, no, I'm not giving up. I'm actually in some longs right now. I am not giving up. I know the volume will come back. It's just that midsummer. It's the same thing we've been talking about. That, you know, June, July, we're like down and to the side a little bit. Towards the end of the July, we should start seeing some more volume. Even JP Morgan come out and say that in August is when everything will start to turn. Who knows? We've seen this for years now. July, going into July, we get that dip. You know, towards the end of July, it starts to pick up. August, September, going into Q4, it starts to really pump. Will this be the parabolic pump that ends the cycle? I don't know. Is it a shortened cycle because of the manipulation? I don't know. I still am a firm believer that Q2 next year will be like the top. And then I think it'll mimic a lot of 21 because the institutions were in there manipulating it then. They're in here manipulating it now. Why wouldn't it be a similar? We'll see, you know, we'll see a peak in Q2. We'll start to dip in Q3. Q4, they'll give it that one little last hoorah before Christmas, and we'll be done. That's my expectation. Once again, that is one degenerate's opinion, not fact. Do not hold me to it. But other than that, I think that's it. I was referring to the mint. The mint. Okay, the volume will come back. Yeah, I know. It's just, you know, as a founder, it is disheartening. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not giving up. There's no way we're gonna give up. We've put too much of our blood, sweat, and tears into this project, to rebuilding it, to trying to deliver something that the former founders decided to just abandon. You know what I mean? And it's just that lull. It's the summer. We're not worried. We know it'll come back. We will be at Rare Evo shilling the crap out of it. We got the t-shirts. I haven't ordered the stickers yet, but we'll have backpacks on and cameras and giving away t-shirts. Who knows? You know what I mean? If you own a boss, come up to us, track us down. If we got a t-shirt on you, bam, it's yours. If you don't own a boss, come up to us, mint a boss in front of us, we'll give you a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Anything is possible at Rare Evo. It is going to be lit as far as I'm concerned. This is my vacation. This is my yearly vacation, will be Rare Evo. So I plan on having fun no matter what anybody else has to say about it. Let's lower this camera a little bit. There we go. Got one of the Empire shirts on right now. This is similar to the ones we're giving away, but this isn't. This is one of the other samples that I had ordered. But it will have the Empire ones we're giving away. It's the same logo. It's bigger on the other shirts, and then the nice big JPEG Empire logo on the back. Several sizes. We do not discriminate. So we will have a bunch of those. Other than that, let's get into Market Watch. Let me go ahead. Let me get my screen set up. And here we go. Let's go ahead and give her a refresh. Make sure we are working with the most current data. And it looks like we're still coming in about 2.2 trillion, down 0.2%. So like I said, we're just flat. I mean, what were we up? 0.2% yesterday. down 0.2% today. No biggie. We have volume. Volume was high, and I would believe that that was from this morning's pump. When I woke up, CPI had just come out. Market was pumping. A bunch of my trades were in the positive. I started dumping them, getting rid of them. So that was nice. But then the market just started to fizzle out after that. Bitcoin dominance, pretty much the same. Looks like ETH went up a point to 16.8. And to send a transaction is 3 Gwei. Coming down, it looks like we're actually getting a little bit of a pump on the stream because these numbers were lower earlier when I was checking. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 57,544, up 1/3%. We got Ethereum at 31.15, up almost 1%. BNB at 520, up 8, up 1.4%. And with that lawsuit, that Wells notice being dropped, I wonder how this is going to affect BNB. They also are expanding their lending program. So this could really affect BNB as far as the fundamentals are concerned. Solana's down. We got Solana coming in at 136. We got even XRP is up 3% today, coming in at 45.26. Toncoin coming in at 734. Dogecoin rocking that dime. And look at that. Whoops. Our baby up 3.9%. Biggest gainer in the top 10. Over 40 cents. You like it. You love it. We all want to see it. All right. So this came across I didn't know anything about this until today. I was watching Ben's stream and he had mentioned it. So apparently Mantra is an RWA play. As a matter of fact, I am going to write that down. You guys know I love them RWAs. So I'm going to write that down and research it a little bit. Let's just click on it real quick. So it's coming in at 81. And with that big old pump it had right here, what are we up? 10% on the day. And it's not telling me what the percent is on the 7-day. We'll have to go back to the other chart. But it looks like it's coming in at 883,000. Look at that. 883 million. My bad. 305 million in volume today. That's a lot of volume. So circulating, wow, it is almost fully diluted too. Look, 831 on the circulating, 888 on the total and max supply. So that's definitely one we'll have to look at further in the channel. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that, 43% on the week. So it must have just came in to the freaking top 100, coming in at 81 right now. But that's good to see. Near protocol coming in at 9.5%. Arweave up 9%. Stacks up 8%. Maker up 5%. So we have some good gainers. Look at that. Even Cardano made the list of what is that? Top 7 or 8 gaining altcoins or coins for the day. Then we come down, SWI, ICP, Mantle, looking good. I wonder what we are going to have on the negative. Ooh, Bonk took a big hit for some reason today. I wonder why it dropped so much, down 10% while everything else was pumping. Celestia retracing still down another 7.2. We got Render down on the 7-day and the 24-hour. Wow. We got Jasmine with a little bit of retrace, and we got Dog with Hat down on the 7 and 24-hour. That's I don't know. Are meme coins still the thing, or is everybody finally rotating into real projects with utility? I do not know. So There's your market update right there. Let's take a look at the charts. Ethereum, I was looking at Ethereum earlier. That's why this is up. Just doing some targets right here. Well, let's take a look at Papa Bitcoin. We're still under the 200 on the daily. So, like I said before, until we get above this 200, or really until we crossed like one of these resistance lines right here, like 60,000 to 62,000, I don't think we're out of the woods. We got the 21 coming down, and you can just see the past 3 days. Well, this was technically today. Here, let's get rid of that. Why is that in there? Let's get rid of that. Okay. So you can see, so this is the new candle that started at 5 p.m. about 46 minutes ago. But the past 2 days, you can see we just bounced, wicked over the 200 and could not get over it. We do still have the bullish div down here. Until it goes away, until we see a red dot or we see momentum going down, that is still in effect. You got to remember time frames, they take a lot longer to play out. So if you look at it from this green dot right here, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So that's a week before we got that drop to the red dot. And we are about, today will be day 5 into this. I mean, it still could go down. Tomorrow's going to be real low liquidity, I imagine. It's Friday. And then, you know, the weekends are crazy. Let's go down to the lower time frames and see what's going on. So down here, it looks like we're getting ready to flip. So we're bouncing. You can see we broke the 200, come back down, fell right through it, popped above it, retested it, popped up, retest, and now we're bouncing off the 200 on the 1 hour. If we fall through this 1 hour, we're dumping. And you know what I mean? If we fall and retest and can't break back above, look at this big valley in the volume right here. But the momentum, we do have a slight div on the momentum here. Look, we got a higher low. And if we come up here, we have a slightly, I mean, a minuscule lower low, more like a flat, but it's still, you know, I don't know, like a weak bullish divergence. But we are above the 100. Let's go down a little bit further. Let's see what we're looking at here. Looks like the 7 minute. The money flow is coming up, but your VWAP's coming down and your momentum is rolling over. It looks like you're rolling over right here. So we could come back down to the 21. It's only a $200 difference. But a lot of times, a lot of people think that like the bigger time frames dictate the smaller ones, when it's actually the smaller time frames and the movement in the now that dictates the bigger time frames, that pushes the bigger time frames. You know what I mean? So your bigger time frames are like your overall macro trend, and then your smaller time frames, your 4 hours, your 1 hours, your 15 minutes, those are dictating the movement within that trend. And those are the movements that are going to break the trend of the macro trend. So, all right, let's look at Cardano real quick. Cardano is looking good. Let's go back out to the day. So this bullish div is playing out beautifully. Let's double that. Look, money flow is following our yellow line we drew the other day. So it's coming boom, 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 curving up. VWAP is cutting over. We might get a little dip. but we are still above that 21. I mean, they're all, am I on regular candles? I am on regular candles. So these are all green candles. So if we change this to Heikinashi, these colors, they don't represent true red and green candles. They represent trends. So if it's an upward trend, all the candles are going to be the same color. You know what I mean? They're either going to be green or they're going to be red. You know, as you can see, like if we look at this pattern, and then when I switch to regular, see how it changes up right here. You know, you got red, green, red, green, red, green. But when I'm on here, it's all green. So Heikinashi helps you, like, I guess it helps you just determine the trend better, would be the way I would put it, I guess. But let's go back to regular. Zoom in a little bit. So we got the 200 rolling over. Cardano is one of the ones that is like way under the 200. Like if we go to ETH, you know, we're bouncing our head off the 200. We go to Sol, we're bouncing off the 200. So Cardano has been beat down so bad over the past few months that it's one of the big cap cryptos that is super far away from the 200. But I mean, it's looking good. And see, we could be forming a head and shoulders. You know, we got a shoulder, we got a head, and we could see roll it back down like that and then take off. Anything's possible. Let's go down to the lower time frames real quick. So we did just break the 200 on the 4 hour. That is bullish. But it looks like our momentum rolled over and we are overbought right now. It doesn't mean that this can't just kind of like go flat and sideways or have a double top like this one over here. You know, we have several, you know, boom, 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 or we get a little dip and then pop back up. But it is concerning, even with the green dot, because you see that nice big roll. It wasn't like a spike and then it come back down. It just kind of like the momentum is wanting to fall over. But we are above the 4 hour. Let's make that a little bigger. Not only, so we wicked above it, boom. We went back above it Thursday. Oh yeah, earlier today. Let's see, why does it say Thursday? But we're on the 4 hour. So this morning we popped back above it and we stayed above it. And now we're printing. So this candle started, like I said, at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we're getting a nice little push. So if we can stay above it, this could be the breakaway. It looks like we're at a little bit of a volume node right here. So, you know, there's not too much volume, but so there's no real stops in the peaks. So I'm not too sure. Your point of control is right here. It's your value area low, your value area high. We could see it run up to maybe 41, 42, or we could see it print and then overnight come down and retest and bounce off the 200. But just the fact that we're over the 200 is like really good hopium in my book. Because if we look back, as you can see, so this was back in May when we ran up to like 51 cents. We broke the 200, went up, retested, bounced again, retested, couldn't keep above it, fought with it, got above it, fought with it, fell down, and then we just been like fighting with the 200 until we finally got this massive wick down and we just lost it. So, and then we barely retouched it here back in early July, and then we fell, and now we're retesting again. So if we can break through that 200, that is definitely bullish in my book. just being above 40 cents feels good. I don't know about you guys, but we're not in the 30s, so that's good. Bosses are getting more expensive, by the way. So I'm just saying, the longer you wait, the more expensive they will get. So let's take a look at Ethereum, because this is what I was looking at earlier. So I was looking at this falling wedge right here. This is the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily. And so I'm in a low leverage long right now. I'm basically counting on the ETF. I do have a stop loss, just so you know. I do have a stop loss. But when it pumped this morning, it pumped me up into good profits. So I pulled it. And then when we dipped back, I think I got back in at 31.20, 31.23 or something like that. But this is my anticipation right here. It's real low leverage, real tight stop. I think my stop is around 30.80 or something like that. And I'm just letting it ride. So that's why I was looking at that. Let's come down. Let's see what the 4 hours doing. And as you can see, the 4 hour is bouncing its head off of this downtrend right here. So this downtrend line. So when drawing your trend lines, your whole pattern doesn't have to be in the trend line. I mean, this is just like this is what I would consider a broken pattern right here that's coming like that. Basically, what you want when you're drawing your lines is you want as many touch points as possible. So this is the overall trend. You can see we come down, we bounce, we hit, we come down, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, boom, we bounce, come down, we break through right there, but then we come right back in, we come down, we bounce, we bounce. So these are just like anomalies that break outside. And you can see that when it broke, it retested, it broke, and then finally lost it. So that is how I do it when I look at patterns. And right now we are having a hell of a time breaking this trend line on ETH though. You can see we come up, wick, breakthrough, big old wick to the upside, can't sustain it, come down, fall back in the trend, wick. But we are above the 21. That's good. As long as we stay above the 21, I do have hope for that. And that is about it on the TA. If you guys have anything you want me to look at, drop it in chat or anything like that. If you guys want to talk about anything, drop it in chat. I don't know how long the stream's going to be. I'm not used to getting on here and just monologuing, sounding tone deaf. Dang chair. I still haven't bought a new chair. I think all my gains in Cardano went out the door, so I can't buy a new chair yet. I can't afford it. All right. So let's go on. We will look. Let's see here. So these are some of the bookmarks that I brought up. So we got the Kobayashi letter saying breaking June CPI inflation. Oh, okay. You want to check Caspa and Algo? Okay. I keep forgetting there's a delay between the actual video and the chat. I'm not used to that. All right, let's go down here. We will get off of, we won't use the perp charts. Algo USD. We'll check Algo. All right, so let's zoom out. Let's go all the way out to the week. Wow. Okay, let's put some lines real quick. Okay. So on the weekly, zoom out a little bit. So you can see we got resistance. We got support down here around 9 cents. We have another, I would say this is a resistance area right here around 15 cents also. We got resistance up there. We got money flow on the weekly. It does seem to be coming back up, and we are in the oversold territory. VWAP's going up. I mean, the end of this week, we could see a green dot right there, saying a change in momentum, but the VWAP's going back up. That's good. RSI is nice and low down here. So let's go back. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we do have a bullish div right here on the daily. Nice little trigger wave right there. That's actually looks good right there. So you got your money flow curving. You got this nice trigger wave right here. You got, see what I'm saying? The higher low, lower low, lower low, higher low. We are above the 21, so that's good. Oops. We could be forming some kind of like W pattern right here, or we could be rolling over into another shoulder. So let's go lower in the time frames. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Let's bring that out. So we got a high volume node right here on the 4-hour. It looks like there's a lot of resistance right here. You see, we broke through, we banged our head, broke above it, banged our head, dropped, broke above it, couldn't sustain, broke above it, couldn't sustain, went up, fell through it, hit our head on it, come back up, and now we're just banging our heads on this resistance at about 13.9. We are still above the 20. Oh no, we've lost the 21. I'm going to say on the 4-hour, we need to regain this 21 at the very least. So it looks like we pumped, and I mean, we're slightly above it. So if the new candle printed, we would probably be just barely above the 21. But when we look down here on Cypher B, I mean, we got a big fall off. We got a big fall off in momentum. We got the money flow going down. We got the VWAP cutting back up. Does not mean it can't cut back down. So we got that. Let's go down a little lower. See what the smaller. We'll go from the 4 to the 15 minute. And so we broke the 21. You can see on the 15 minute how we're even battling the 21 on the 15 minute. We lose it. Bang, bang, bang. We finally break through it. We come down, we retest, and we're staying above it on the 15 minute. That's good. We got the 50 crossing the 20 or the 200. That's not good. So your red line is the 50, the yellow is the 200. So the 50 crossing the 200 is not necessarily good. Whoops. But it's too early to tell if that money flow is going back to the upside. It actually looks like it's creating a wave. It's coming back down a little bit. Your momentum's going up. So your momentum's right about here right now. It could be running out of steam. Let's see here. We are okay. So your point of control over the past 3 days. Well, even if we scroll out here, so for the past 4 days, your point of control price action is about 13.9, and we're down at like 13.8. So if we can hold, if we can use this as resistance and bounce, we could come back up. And let's look at CASPA. Let's go. Oh, whoops. Let's see which one of these will have the biggest. Let's go with MEXC. Okay. And let's go out to the weekly. So we should be about to break through resistance. Or, I mean, it's possible. We could be breaking through resistance, or we could be giving ourselves a headache and falling back down. That is the possibilities. Oh yeah, it looks like I got an alarm set right here at 18. So this is your weekly on CASPA. I mean, it don't look too bad. I mean, we come down to the 21 bounce. I mean, there's not going to be a 200 week on the CASPA chart. It hasn't been out long enough. We broke through, we came back up, and now we're testing the 21. So we're staying above the 21. That's good. Breaking through resistance. Yes. We do have a bearish div right here, though, on the weekly. I mean, I would take it with a grain of salt, because, and you also got to take into account when it comes to altcoins, the chart could look beautiful, but if Big Papa decides to crash, if Bitcoin decides to crash, whole altcoin market is going to crash. Or the altcoin chart could look mid or bad, and Bitcoin decides to pump, alts could pump right along with it. So unfortunately, we are still at a point. No, boo bears. Unfortunately, we are still at a point where Bitcoin dictates the market. And as you can see right here, we do have the bearish div. We got a lower high with a higher high, and we got a higher high with a lower high right there. So a little bit of bearish div, and we're just now getting that red dot on the weekly. That has not solidified yet, though. It could go away. That red dot does not print until this Sunday at the close of week. So we will know more about that this Sunday. Let's go down to the daily, see what's going on. Bring it in. Oops. Let's get rid of those. Go back to the daily. So on the daily, we're fighting with that 21. As you can see, this bullish div or bearish div right here, lower high, higher high, higher high, lower high, played out, and we dipped. We got a little green dot, and we started to pump a little bit. We have broken through the 21 on the daily. So it seems like, so we fought it here. We popped above. We lost it. We had a nice dip. We tested. We had a nice dip. We tested. And then when we fell through here, we had a nice dip. And now we're like fighting with this 21. So I don't know. I'm not trading CASPA right now. But I guess it all depends on your risk tolerance. I mean, if you're buying for the long run, then yeah, CASPA at 16.5. I mean, that's a great that's a great entry as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we're not far off the all-time high, which is what, 19.8, it looks like. And if the market does turn around, this could be the lowest number we see in a long time. Well, let's go down to the 4-hour. So we're bouncing. So we did break the 21 and we're bouncing off the 50. We're still above the 200, so that's good. Those have not crossed yet. We got money flow coming down, though. We got momentum going down. I just don't see a long entry on CASPA on the bigger time frames. And that's another thing. When you're looking for entries, you don't want to go by any one indicator. You want to go by it's like a confluence of indicators. That's, I don't know, that's the word everybody uses, confluence. But yeah, you want to get you want other indicators to enforce your thesis on the trade. You know what I mean? So you don't want to just go by volume. You don't want to just go by MACD. We don't want to just go by the momentum waves or the money flow or breaking the 21 or breaking the 200. You want to look at other things. You know what I mean? So this, if I'll tell you what, though, if we lose this 200, if we break through the 50, if we can, because it looks like we bounce, and now we're testing the 50 again. We break through the 50, we're going to hit the 200. And if we break through the 200, I would be looking for a short position. But 4 hours, I don't like trading the bigger time frames. I like to get in and get out when I'm scalping. So let's go down to the 15, see what the 15 says. Oh, yeah, see, we lost the 200 here. If you were playing the 200, you would have shorted here. It would have retested and right back to about break even, and then it would have just dumped, and you would have pulled this whole, what is that? You know, that's a 2.5% move with, even if you're, you know, if you're risky, I think 10x is risky. If you're at 10x, that's a 25% gain, and that's playing the 200. But you're not going to want to just play that. You know what I mean? You're going to see this break right here of the 200. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to notice the VWAP is turning down. Your momentum is turning down. You know what I mean? Everything. So you have multiple indicators telling you. So here, watch. Let's right here, right where this red dot and this VWAP starts to drop. We are going to draw a line there. So this red line represents money flow coming down a little bit. You got that red dot. You notice your VWAP has turned on you and your momentum is coming down. And let's look at where that lines up on the chart. Boom. Look, that line's directly up with the candle breaking and losing the 200. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by multiple indicators dictating the move. We don't predict the market, we react to the market. Okay. So, and that would be a good reaction right there. I don't see anything that tells me it's going back up, though. I mean, we're still going down. You know, let me look at this, though. Just seen something. So we have like this is some positive, some hopium for you on the lower time frame. If you look at this, we're bouncing lower, but our momentum is bouncing higher. So that is a good indicator that it's starting to reverse. Your RSI is pretty oversold right here. Just as long as it stay away from 7 cents. Oh, wow. You're really in the profit then. Nice. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to see 7 cents. But oh, did it just dump on me? I could have swore that candle was inside the line I just drew. Maybe not. Let's look at the money flow. Yeah, even your money flow is still coming down. I mean, we had a little bounce right there, but look, then it comes back down. There's no roundedness to it at all. So I still expect downside on Caspa. So, all right. Anything else, Jaleesa, you want me to look at? Anybody else in the chat? This is probably the most TA I've ever done in front of a live audience. Oh, damn chair. Maybe I can get in a trade to make me enough money to buy a new freaking chair. Now that it's at its full height, I got to raise the damn camera again. There we go. My second favorite meme, Brett. Okay, we'll look at Brett. We will look at Brett. It is established enough to check out. Brett USD. And no, we don't want the perp. USDT. All right, let's look at it on Bybit Spot. Once again, anytime you bring up a new chart, zoom out. I don't think the weekly will do any good on Brett because it's like 20 lines. Not even 20 lines. Look at that. That's the weekly. Look at that. That's all you need to know. Look, bull flag right there. Boom. Brett to the moon. Is that what you want to hear? No. Okay. Let's look at the daily. Let's zoom in a little bit. Even on the daily, there's not much data. Damn. Let's get off of that. I don't know why I'm on that. So we did lose the 21. I mean, we are in like a trend here. You know what I mean? We are in what could be considered like a falling wedge. So, I mean, that's positive. We still got green money flow on the daily. So we haven't fallen to the red. We got a little red dot on Market Cipher. We have, I guess you could say the VWAP is moving into the negative. It's, -3 or something like that. Not much, but not looking too bad. We did lose the 50. So you can see as soon as we lost the 21, we fell to the 50. We lost the 50. Now we're banging our heads on the 50. We really need to get above that. I imagine this 21 is going to start curving down like this, and the 50 will go up still a little bit. So you're going to get a bearish cross on the 21 and the 50 before the 51 starts to curve over a little bit. But let's go down to the lower time frames. Well, not 6 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. So here's your channel we're in, and you can see it's just fighting back and forth. Bounce, bounce, comes down, mid, just kind of rides right in this spot, bounces its head, loses. Let's see here. Let's bring this in a little bit. I mean, when we're looking at the VWAP, oh, it just changed on me. I was going to say we were in a volume area low, but we're not. It doesn't show me a point of control for this one, unless we're right on the point of control. We might be right on the point of control with the price action. So we do have a node here. Let's see here. Alt H. We do have resistance. We got a lot. Look at all this price action right here at 12 cents. Bounce, bounce, breakthrough, retest, come down, retest, breakthrough, and then we just started playing on this, coming up, boom, boom, boom. So we need to get above 12 cents. on Brett to remain bullish. And if you notice, if we do, and you can see as soon as we lost to 200 on the 4 hour, we just dumped. We need to get above, and if we get above 12 cents, that'll put us above the 21. Kind of hard to see. There we go. Let's expand that a little bit. So here's your 21 right here. Here's your 50. Here is your resistance, your major high volume node right there. So we really need to get above this. We need a bounce. It looks like we're on a little bit of a node, but that might be because I'm zoomed in so much. No, so we are bouncing off a little bit of a volume node right here. Come on. Let's see what Cypher B is looking at. Oh, yeah. We got red all the way down. There's no change in money flow. Look, VWAP can't break the zero line. It looks like we bounced our head above it and then broke back down. So Brett is not looking strong right now, in my opinion. Let's go back. All right, let's go a little lower. Let's go down to the 15. See what the 15 is doing. 15 is pretty much, just reinforcing the trend. We broke through the 200, tried to get above it, couldn't, fell back through, and then we dumped. We're under the 21. Everything's inverted. The 21, the 50, the 100, 150, and 200. So the entire SMAs are flipped on their head. We have a lot of fighting to go with Brett. So let's see here. And you can tell, look, we had a big VWAP spike down, red dot momentum. It looked like we were coming back up. Then everything shifted. VWAP came down. Money flow changed course. Momentum changed course. Let's see, is there any divergences or anything? If we get a couple more candles, so if this candle stays here and we get a couple more candles, we could be forming a nice bullish div. So you got your higher low and your lower low, and then you got the opposite on your momentum down here. You got your lower low and your higher low. So it could, for that, you're going to want to go down, even down to I like the 7 minute and the 1 minute. The 7 minutes rolling over. Money flow is kind of flat. It doesn't look like it's rounding up, but your VWAP is coming down. Looks like we're printing another candle flat. If this candle dumps too, looks like it wants to go up. Let's go check the 1 minute. Yeah, it's just not looking good. Not looking good at all. I mean, this is bearish all around. Let's see how much I can zoom in here. Get as much info on here as possible. Yeah, to me, Brett is not looking like a good trade right now. Rob Magnus, welcome, Rob. I don't think I've seen your name in here before. Bitcoin Cash. I do not think I have ever looked at the Bitcoin Cash. I'm trying. Oh, BCH. Duh. All right. Let's go with Bitstamp. That's going to have a longer chart. Ooh, it doesn't even register on the 1 minute. Let's zoom out. We should have lots of info to work with on Bitcoin Cash. The weekly is not looking good. So you are losing the 200 on the weekly. That's not good. You can see we broke through it here, bounced our head, So this would have been the bear market, right? Yeah, November of 21. So what is that? That's probably November 8th, 9th. I think that's when we peaked, when Bitcoin hit its peak. So then the market dumped. So then you entered the bear market, essentially entered the bear market right here, because anything after the peak going down is technically the bear market. We don't recognize it as the bear market, but when you look back on historical data, you're like, oh, okay, well, obviously we're going down. That's the bear market. Bounce, couldn't get above. We did break through back here in February. That's about when the ETF news came out. So Bitcoin Cash riding the coattails of Bitcoin pumped, but then we lost to 21, and if we can't stay above the 21 on the freaking weekly, I mean, we are trying to get above it. It lost it. If we can get above it, I mean, it's not looking good for Bitcoin Cash, but let's break it down. Let's go down further. Okay, we have lost the 200 on the daily. We do have a nice little div right here. We got a nice little, oh, no, this is a lower low. So that's not really a div. We got a low here and a low here with a low here and a low there. So money flow could be curving back up on the daily. Whoops. Looks like it's going sideways, kind of a little too hard to tell on the daily. But the main thing is here, we cannot hold the 200 on the daily. So back in June, the end of June, we lost the 200 and we fought with it and we couldn't hold. We are curving back up. If we can get above the 21, it looks like we wicked off it. Dang it. If we can get, so here we wicked to the 21, slightly above, but couldn't hold. If we can get above the 21, I would be a little less bearish on Bitcoin Cash, but we will break it down further. Let's go down to the 4-hour. So I guess I'm not going to get into any stories tonight. Damn it. Still haven't gotten to that ton story. We've just been doing TA the whole night. I didn't realize it's already 6:30. And this stupid chair is freaking pissing me off. All right, let's look. So we're down on the 4-hour. As you can see, we lost the 200 back here on the 4-hour back in June. And it's just been a steady decline right here. We did get above the 2100 though on Monday, the 21. So that's good. The 21 has crossed the 50. That's good. Looks like we're retesting the 21 right here. The only problem I see is that our momentum is coming down. So our money flow is definitely coming up. It might flatten out here. It could dip again because our momentum is starting to come down and our RSI is starting to come down. The VWAP's on its way down. And it could create something kind of like this over here. See how it looked like it was curving up. Then it just took that sharp turn and boom. So I would like to see a smoother money flow coming to the upside. Let's go down. We'll go down to the 15, see what it's doing right now. And apparently Bitstamp is not the right chart for low time frames. Let me see here. Let's go to Coinbase. There we go. Coinbase on the 15-minute. We're coming down and we're testing the 200 on the 15-minute. So if we lose this 200 on the 15-minute, we're going to the 1 hour most likely. So if we lose this 200 right here, we're at this high volume node. and it looks like we wicked above it, but or we wicked below it, but it pushed itself back up. What's this? This just happened. So this is a brand new candle, and it's got 14 minutes left. Is that the right candle? Oh no. So we're on a new candle that just started. There we go. Now you can see it a little. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Now you can see it. So we got 13 minutes left on this candle. If it can stay above this high volume node, roll down into this valley, and then maybe try and test the 21, there's a little hope for it. You do have a bullish div on the 15, so that's good. You got your lower low, your higher low, your higher low, and your lower low. So they create divergence, intersecting lines. But money flow is going out. VWAP wants to come back up, it looks like. Money flow is going down. So anything is possible. I mean, if this is if you're somebody that's a long-term holder of Bitcoin Cash, and you're trying to DCA, I would probably put in a little bit right now, see how it holds the 200. And if it dumps the 200, I would probably look. So where's that at? If it loses the 200 on the 15, which is at about 342.42, I would look to the 1 hour, and your 200, it's probably going to come all the way down here to 334. I would be looking for that as a limit order to buy if you're DCAing. If you're trading, I would never trade Bitcoin Cash. There's just no liquidity. There's so much easier coins to trade. You know what I mean? Don't hate it. Don't date it. Just trade it. So when it comes to trading, trade anything. You know what I mean? Don't stick with your favorite. Don't get married to it. And you're like, oh, but it's my favorite. It's got to go up. It's got to go up. I know I'm going to put a 50x long on it. No, it doesn't have to go up. When the coin next to it has has twice the liquidity. You know what I mean? So, okay. So it is a long-term hold. Okay. Then yeah, that's what I would be looking at. If long-term hold, I wouldn't even be messing with these smaller time frames. I would be looking at your 4 hour. You know what I mean? I would bring it in on the 4 hour. And right here. So look, you got a lot at 270. Let's pull let's go right here. Let's pull a fib on that. We're going to come from the very bottom to the top. So if you're long term, and we're coming from the lows of February right here. So this is right before the Bitcoin ETF launched. And then you can see this huge pump riding Bitcoin's ETF approval, just like every other altcoin in the market. So we pull our fib from that low and we go up. You can see that it's fighting with this 786. So 786 is a great accumulation point when you are DCAing long term. You see that retracement, it comes down, hits that 786, it kind of bounce, and then it starts to run back up. So yeah, if this is a long-term hold, in my opinion, I do think it would be a good DCA point. Let's see here. Jaleesa wants to see some Chainlink. Chainlink, come to find out, is listed as the number one RWA play, and I don't own any. I did own a bag. I got in back in, what was it, like September, October. I got in. I think it was $6-7, and then it had that huge run up, so I just dumped it. I just never, I don't know. I mean, I like Chainlink. Chainlink is definitely a necessity. Let's go on Binance right here. Link USDT on Binance. And we're coming in at 12. I think it hit $20. So what are we at? We're on that. Let's go to the weekly. I think it hit $20 locally is its local high. I mean, its overall high is like 53 or 54 or something like that. Let's see here. What is it? Yeah, 53 180T. 180T. 53 182 is its all-time high. And then recently the local high 22.99. So a little over $20. But let's look at Chainlink. Obviously, you have a huge volume node down here at around $7. Let's see here. Zoom out. See some more of this price action. Let's go from the top down. And of course, the local high. You're going to want to mark that. We got a lot of price action right in here down the board. So we'll kind of split the difference as resistance. So your support and resistance lines are not going to be perfect. Support and resistance is usually like a range, unless you're working with small time frames within a like a local, you know, like a couple of, say you're on the 15-minute and you're only working with a couple of days and you want to set some, you know, some SNR ranges, you know what I mean? You can get a little more precise, but when we're on the weekly, we're checking our range because you can look, see like here, you know, we wicked above it. You know, we had a touch point here. We have action here. We have action here. We have action here. So it's anywhere in like from where my cursor is, the dotted line that goes across and the yellow line, that's going to be your range. So we got some more right here though. Like right here is a lot of price action. All right. So let's look here. Let's look. Now, Chainlink, in my opinion, you can't go wrong buying Chainlink. DCA and Chainlink every freaking week. You can't go wrong because it's going to be here. They implemented the CCIP. It's like cross-chain interoperable protocol or some crap like that, that is going to allow real world, like that's why it's the #1 RWA asset, because it's going to allow TradFi to pull numbers from crypto and crypto to pull numbers from TradFi and keep everything synced when they're doing the tokenization of products and this and that, like money market funds and well, the Bitcoin ETF or the ETH ETF and stuff like that. I personally, I own Pith. So Pith is Solana's version of Chainlink. It's a lot smaller market cap. It's been killing me because I bought the freaking top, but I'm holding and I know it's going to go back up. So let's see here. Head, shoulder, maybe. I mean, maybe a head and shoulders here on the weekly, but we are under the 200 on the weekly, which is not a good look. Our momentum's coming down. Not going to really do too much TA on the weekly. I don't see no bullish divs. We lost the 50. We lost the 200. We lost the 21. So that's not good. But your VWAP is coming back up. Even your freaking money flow has the slightest curve up here. Your VWAP's coming up. So we could be spiking out right here on the bottom for the momentum on the weekly. Let's go down. Let's see here. Okay. So we do have, come on, Chainlink. I'm trying to give you some love. It ain't going nowhere. Chainlink ain't going nowhere. You know, it's just, do you want to trade it right now? And I don't think it's an asset to be trading right now. There's so many hot coins. I mean, meme coins. Now, that's another thing. When you're doing your risk management, so now like if you're trading Bitcoin, you can pump up the leverage because it's so big, it moves so slow. You know what I mean? A 5% move for Bitcoin is massive. You know, it's just like the old adage, you know, rolling a boulder up a hill. If you're rolling a pebble up the hill, you just boom, just move it. It just goes right up. But if you got like something the size of a car tire kind of boulder and you're trying to roll that up the hill, it takes a lot more effort. So it's the same thing with market caps. The bigger the market cap, the harder it is to push it. So like you'll have more liquidity in meme coins. Like if you look at, see these right here, these are a lot of the coins that I trade on the side right here. So you can see Near, Ondo, and you notice I got a lot of meme coins in there, you know, Whiff, Floki, Pepe, BB. It's not really a meme coin, but it freaking moves quick. Jasmine. So these coins already move so fast that you can keep your leverage real low. You know what I mean? And still get them massive gains, because a 5-10% move on Jasmine or Bonk like we seen earlier is nothing. It just does it. You know what I mean? Okay, but back to Chainlink. I would say we did have a bullish div here on the daily, but that might be negated with this red dot right here. So once again, higher low, lower low, lower low, higher low. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, this could have been negated because as you can see, we started to pop back down a little bit. But then again, we could print a green dot and it could go back up. You know what I mean? We know nothing except for what's happening at this point in time. You know, I will never claim to project the future. I'll give my opinions. Like I do believe the market will turn at the end of this month and into August. And I'm not the only one that thinks that, you know, but I will never claim to say, oh, well, you know, this coin is going freaking 10% tomorrow or something like that. So our money flow, curving down a little bit, momentum or VWAP coming down a little bit, and the momentum coming down a little bit. Let's look here. We are printing a green candle. The new candle is green though, but we're under the 21. I would really like us to see us get above the 21. But long term, is this a great place to buy? Yeah, it's freaking Chainlink, right? You know, let's pull a fib from the local low over here at the beginning. Go all the way up to the wick. And we are just bouncing inside this golden pocket. So between 618 and 65 is what's known as a golden pocket. And we are just bouncing inside of this golden pocket all the way down. So this, I think, is a great time to DCA. Could it come down and touch the 786? Of course it could. You know what I mean? But other than that, we'll go down a little bit further. Let's get rid of that fib. Let's go down to the 4 hour. We're fighting the 21 on the 4 hour. Momentum is really low. Money flow is horrendous. VWAP is down. Not looking good on the 4 hour. As you can see, we lose the 21 here. Actually, we've been fighting it this whole freaking time. Look, up, lose it, bounce, really lose it, break through, come back down. And we're just like banging our head on the 21. We can't seem to make any substantial gains above the 21 on the 4 hour. And we've lost it again right here. So, I mean, we lost it here. Will it be this kind of 21 lose? Or will it just be like this little dip right here and come back up? Let's break it down a little further. Let's go down to the 15. The 15, we are fighting with the 21 also. What's going on here? Do we have... I mean, this could be a little bit... Okay, let's see here. Boom. So we could be seeing an overall bullish div right here. So if we take into account, well, if we take into account that wick, see how it's steadily going down and it just popped, but then it came back down and it's still maintaining this bull div right here, because this low is right here. Follow that down from the candles to the momentum wave, and then follow this down from the candles to the momentum wave. So we're flat essentially, and we're still raised up right here. So it could still have a little bit of move. We did break the 21. If we can come down and retest and start going back up, that's, that's good. But other than that, let's see what's going on over here. Yes, Jaleesa, all I heard is you predict the future. Yes, that is what I'm here. I'm here to tell you exactly how everything is going to happen. Exactly. Take it to the bank, I should say. It's going to be a small bank, though, because you might be broke. Yeah, meme communities. I mean, that's the whole appeal of memes, right? Meme coins is the community, the pump, the hype, the camaraderie, and no, you cannot go wrong with Chainlink. Last one for me, Pith. Finally started getting some Pith about a week ago. I think if you just now started buying Pith, I think you are setting yourself up very well. Unlike me, who bought at like 68, 70, and I don't even know how high. I DCA'd all the way up, and that MFer just went foomp, because we are in a huge, the Pith chart does not look good. I'll tell you that much. We will pull it up. No, we don't want Bitstamp. Let's go with USD Tether. Let's check okay. Go back out to the daily because it's not old enough for a weekly. Look at that. You want to talk about buying a pre-selling or buying that first day after the pre-sale and getting freaking dumped on. Look at that freaking candle. All right, let's scroll out a little bit. Let's get this up a little bit. Come on. There we go. I hate it when there's big old wicks and then you hit the auto and it freaking. So here's the thing. If I didn't know what Pith was and I seen this chart, I would have been like, it's a dead coin. It's dead. Look at that. That's freaking horrendous, right? You know what I mean? It starts here. I mean, we're all the way back. Look at that. Let's hit. What is that? Let me get right on that. We almost wicked. We are almost at all-time lows on Pith. Right here. Alt H. That was your all-time low. And look where that came down and wicked. So basically, Jaleesa, you are getting Pith at all-time lows. So in my opinion, it's a great entry point on Pith. I mean, I won't even pull a fib because that'll be back to like zero. Watch. Yeah, it goes all the way back to 1, which is 0. Come on, damn it. There we go. Yeah, it wicked all the way back to 1. But let's see here. We do got so this looks good. This looks good though on the daily. Let's look at this right here. A lot of bullish divs because the market just dumped so bad over the past couple of months and it's like rounding off on the bottom. We're getting so many daily bullish divs that's another indicator to me that the bull market's not over. We're getting ready to hit that second leg of freaking 2024 and hopefully send us to Valhalla on freaking 2025. That's my hopes. But so you got the higher high. This, I mean, this looks pretty good. Let's see here. See now this right here, this looks a little smoother to me. See how the peaks go up? You know, peak, peak, a little bit up, a little bit up. It looks a lot smoother. We don't have freaking, we don't have low and high peaks on the money flow. We got momentum coming up. VWAP is coming down. RSI is coming down. But so the VWAP is your VWAP, volume weighted average profile, something like that. I can't remember what it stands for, but it's like yeah, I can't remember what VWAP stands for. I just know when it go up good, when it go down bad. Let's see here. Let's get rid of, come on. Come on. Why won't it get rid of the damn? Oh. Oh, because I'm on a stupid frickin'. I hate using that thing. There we go. Now I got all these yellow dots all over the chart. All right, let's break it down though. Let's go down a little bit lower. So on the way back up, we are going to have resistance here, resistance there. We got a lot of price action right in here. Whoops. Where'd it go? Oh, what the hell? What the hell just happened? There we go. So we got a lot of price action right here. So we are going to have a lot of resistance going up. But as you can see, even on the daily, your major volume is right here, right in this area, because this is the entire pith chart. So once we get to like the 50 cent mark, I mean, I don't want to say it's clear sailing, but the volume is so low, it's going to be so much easier to move. We're just going to have a hard time getting over the 40s and then into the 50s, and then we're going to start moving. Let's go down. Ah, damn, it's almost 7 o'clock. It's longer than me and John go. I'm going to have to wrap this up real quick. So after this, we will wrap it up. All right, let's look here. We are on the 4 hour. We are under the 200. That's to be expected. We are fighting with the 21. Kind of like what were we just looking at? Chain link, where we've been fighting with the 21 this whole time. We lose it. We start cracking our head all the way down. We get above it, we lose it. We get above it, we lose it. So we finally capitulate and lose it. And then we get back above it and we're riding it. But now we're back below it. And we are riding the 50. So is this loss right here just going to be like one of these, boom, where we bounce back up? Or is this loss right here going to be more like this, where it capitulates down friggin' 12%, But I do think long-term pith is a great hold. Go down to the 15, see what's happening on a more immediate level. Why does this looks just like the freaking chain link chart, right? This is like deja vu, what we were just talking about. So you got your lows coming down and you got your momentums going up, right? I mean, classic bullish div, That's crazy. It looks just like the chart we were just looking at. Let's look at this. Green dot, money flow is peaking right here. It's kind of hard to see. Can't really tell if that money flow is going to continue down or start to roll up. We don't have enough info. Your VWAP is peaked back up here above the 0 line though, and your momentum is going up. So, but that does not mean money flow is going back up. That's just kind of like the momentum of the market and the strength of the market. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean people are dumping money, because you can see red money flow. When look, I mean, we're deep in the red right here, and we get this nice little pump right here. You know what I mean? So it does not necessarily mean, because look at that huge red candle right there. That's money flow, but look at the tiny little candle. You know what I mean? Or that's volume, but look at the tiny little candle. So that's why you always want to look at multiple indicators. All I hear was we're going to have a lot of money. Yes, I hope so. I hope so 100%. But that being said, I didn't get to any freaking stories tonight. We just did TA, but it was fun. I mean, did you guys like that? Instead of me just blathering on about stories in the news that really, I mean, I won't say irrelevant, but are just fundamentals. Would you rather have a night like this where we just do TA and everything like that? Maybe I can start doing a Sunday stream where we just do TA like this right around the same time or something like that. I know I would never be able to do this if John was on the stream, because he would just he would get bored to death and wander off into doing something else. So, but that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Yes, I got Jaleesa's vote. Okay. Make sure you guys, like I said before, like, subscribe, share with your friend. If everybody shared, we'd have more viewers. That's just all there is to it. That's how it works. Make sure you follow all of us on the council. John should be back tomorrow night. We will have Machinist on here, so you know it's going to be fun-filled. And that's really about it. Go mint a boss, man. Go mint a boss. And let's take one. And we are still sitting at 40 cents on ADA. But the more expensive ADA gets, technically more expensive it will be to mint a boss. And we do have a lot of great utility coming for you guys. We do have a lot of big plans, but we can't start implementing a long-term strategy without passing first base. You can't go to third base without rounding first and second, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And we need to get this mint so we can pass first and second and start on the way to our home run of a project. So, all right, you guys have a great night. See you again tomorrow. Desert Crypto out.